Your 646 number tells me you're from New York. Is that correct?
I was originally from New York, but now I'm in Florida.
Oh, so I don't know. I was thinking I'm going to get like some hardcore anti-gun guy getting me on the phone.
Well, you know what? My position reflects exactly the middle of those two places. But no, I'm very interested in having a conversation because I think your chat's going to consider me very liberal. But
Okay.
I'll start off the bat. So my position very simply is we should have the right to own a gun. However, I believe we need a better social structure surrounding the privilege of owning a gun to stop producing so many murderers and to really just empower people to participate in their own self-defense, right?
Please continue. Continue.
Yeah, the stem of the issue for me really just comes down to the two political parties use gun control to rile up the base, and they treat their stance like religion. So people continue to die in part because I think we've made this such an issue. We've made rock stars out of murderers, you know? It's just a situation that we've relegated keeping a weapon for self-defense to one political party and created such an over-stigmatized view that prevents conversations.
Okay. I want to just go back to something you said at the beginning where you said it's not a right but a privilege. How do you distinguish the distinction between a right and a privilege?
Sure. Well, I said we should have the right. However, we need to understand that it is a privilege. And what I mean by that is not a privilege from government. It's a right. We should not have that taken away by government. I'm a libertarian at heart. But What I mean is we should have an understanding of the power of these weapons. And the privilege to own a gun should be for those who understand what that gun is for. And whether you want to hunt, whether you want it for self-defense, or whether you just think it's shiny and looks good on the wall, it doesn't matter. You just need to understand the implications of what it means to own a gun and make sure that you have, obviously, a mental health sort of check, mental health view. You know, I think there are a lot of different factors that need to go into this, but it's not just as simple as own a gun or not own a gun, right?
Yeah, so you correctly predicted that my chat is hating on you.
What if the government was not the one who made that decision?
What does this mean?
Essentially, and I haven't put too much thought into this in terms of the how, but I was thinking about, all right, let's hold companies responsible. Because again, I am a libertarian, regardless of what your chat says, at least economically.
And how would we, and what would be their incentive to make sure that they're not giving everyone a cannon, or that they're not giving very irresponsible people access to very dangerous weapons?
You were to look at these gun companies in the same way. They're spending how much money on lobbyists to try to get their agendas pushed forward. Imagine if you were to have, you know, a consortium of crowdfunded people go in and buy one of these gun companies and then basically get rid of the lobbying and really put it back in the people's hands. I mean, again, I'm not saying this is a good solution or a perfect solution, but I'm under the mindset of let people have the right, but make sure that there are certain laws in place that sort of prevent people from abusing that power and really make sure that the companies are held accountable rather than the people necessarily. Because I think the lobbyist issue is a big one for me.
Yeah, I understand what you're coming from. I don't see how such a thing would be viable. That's like basically saying I'm going to hold a match company liable for arsonists, and it's a very strange road to try walking down.